And just today, ISIS released a video threatening the United States.
They say just as they struck in France, right there in its stronghold of Paris, they would strike America in its stronghold, Washington. President Obama called ISIS the face of evil at the G20 summit. Here are some of the big issues that he brought up. He said sending ground troops to Syria would be, quote, a mistake. Instead, the president stressed how airstrikes by the U.S.-led coalition have been effective in taking out key members of the terror group. And President Obama said the United States will continue to take in Syrian refugees, stressing how they are victims of terror themselves.
We do not close our hearts to these victims of such violence and somehow start equating the issue of refugees with the issue of terrorism.
And as of tonight, the governors of 15 states have now said they will not accept Syrian refugees into their state, at least for now. Those states, you see them highlighted there on your screen. We're talking about Wisconsin, Michigan, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Arizona, Arkansas, North Carolina, Texas, Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and Florida.
But Governor Malloy is echoing President Obama's comments today, saying our state will still welcome Syrian refugees. So what's being done to keep our state safe?
And at this point, Connecticut already has a Department of Homeland Security. It was actually started 14 years ago after 9/11. But these attacks in Paris are now bringing more attention to security measures right here at home, especially with some big events coming up in the state right here this weekend. Chief Capitol Correspondent Mark Davis joins us live with more on that tonight. Mark?
Hi, Ann and Darren. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford Newsroom. The head of Homeland Security here in Connecticut says there have been no threats to Connecticut, nothing new on the so-called ISIS kill list since March, and no Connecticut residents or people with connections to Connecticut have been identified as killed or injured in the Paris attacks. But there will be new security, added security, this Saturday for the game.
It's going to be a very different Harvard-Yale game on Saturday. The normal noon kickoff has been pushed to 2:30 for TV coverage. Gates open at 10 instead of 8. It is one of the highest profile public events of the year in Connecticut, with alums from both prestigious schools attending from across the region. Ever since 9/11, there has been additional help with security for the game from the FBI and state police. News 8 has learned that this year some additional resources have also been requested. In Connecticut, Homeland Security comes under Commissioner Doris Shiro at the Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection.
And always out an abundance of caution. We're at the ready to take additional steps. Additional measures were put in place immediately upon hearing of the tragedy in Paris.
UConn also has a big home game on Saturday at East Hartford, and you will see added security there as well.
The public continues to be our best and first line of defense, and we encourage the public whenever they see something that they think is noteworthy to be sure to use our tip line.
That Homeland Security tip line is 1-866-HLS-TIPS. That's 1-866-HLS for Homeland Security, TIPS for tips. And of course, in the event of an emergency, you can always call 911. Live from the Hartford Newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.